Hey you, my name is TomSka Ridgewell, and welcome back to YouTube Money, a three-part series where I'm trying to dispel rumors, answer questions, and generally explain the process of money making on YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about brand deals, sponsorships, endorsements, advertorials, all that fun stuff.
Dark Squid.
Now, brand is a pretty vague term. A brand could be a company, a product, or even a person. Hell, I myself am a brand. So for the sake of this video, a brand deal is when someone has a thing and they want a YouTuber to tell their audience about the thing. This video is off to an eloquent start, I know, but please bear with me. So, to kick things off, how does a brand deal get started? Well, first you'll have a company with a thing that they want people to know about. That company will then take that thing and a big old bucket of money to an advertising agency. That advertising agency will start an advertising campaign, and part of that will involve reaching out to YouTubers either directly or through their management/networks and inviting them to be a part of the advertising campaign about the thing. At this point, the YouTuber is presented with a brief about the campaign and what exactly they'd have to do or say if they took the job. If the advertising agency doesn't already have a video in mind, then the YouTuber or their management will pitch an idea. Once everyone involved is in agreement over the specifics of the content, the video gets made. Now, there is a plethora of different types of brand deals. There are advertorials, where a YouTuber is paid to make an advert or just a video in their own style to promote a brand. There's product placement, where a YouTuber is paid to simply use or display a product in their video. There's endorsements, where a YouTuber is paid to talk about how awesome a brand is. There are giveaways, where a YouTuber is paid to give away a product to their audience or host a competition for their audience to win said product. There are sponsorships, where a YouTuber is funded by a brand, but that brand has no control over what actually gets made. They just maybe get their name somewhere. There are appearances, where a YouTuber is paid to appear on the brand's own YouTube channel and do whatever the money people tell them to do. There are also unpaid sponsorships, where a YouTuber is just given access to a brand or a product for free and are allowed to do and say whatever they want, but that's unpaid, and this is a video series called YouTube Money, so we're not gonna talk about that. In short, there are an awful lot of ways for a brand to work with a YouTuber, which is why this next part, the part you're probably here to learn about, is gonna be so incredibly vague. How much do YouTubers earn from brand deals? Now, this will probably come as a surprise to absolutely no one, but the amount of money a YouTuber is offered for a brand deal is usually dependent on the size of their channel and how much influence they're deemed to have over their audience. That's why the industry calls us influencers. But it's not just that, it's also the size of the brand, the type of deal they want, or how aggressive or subtle the agency wants the promotion to be. For these reasons, the amount of money a YouTuber can be offered for a single video can genuinely range from £100 to £100,000. It's the Wild West out there, which is why it's a good idea for a YouTuber to have a manager or a network, or at the very least a lawyer, help negotiate the terms of the deal. Their job is to make sure the YouTuber gets as much money as possible, because after all, they're then going to take a cut of it themselves. But they're also there to ensure that contracts are signed and that no one can be screwed over by a gigantic, powerful company at any point, because that can happen. So, for the sake of full disclosure, for the first brand deal I ever did, I received a whopping £100, but the brand never told me I couldn't enable AdSense on the video, so it all kind of worked out in the end. However, on the other side of the spectrum, I have also done brand deals for which the budget was up to £25,000. But it's worth noting that that was the budget, not the paycheck. I spent most of the money making the video, because I'm an idiot. The last thing I want to talk about is the laws surrounding brand deals, mostly because they're still being figured out. Specifically, how clear a YouTuber has to be that what they're doing or saying has been paid for. While I myself have never tried to mislead my audience, that hasn't stopped me from getting swept into policy shifts regarding this exact thing. Like I said, the laws are still being ironed out, but basically, at least here in the UK, it is the law that a YouTuber must be clear with their audience right from the get-go that a brand deal is a brand deal. This can mean putting ad in the title, in the thumbnail, at the start of the video, or saying it is at the start of a video. Basically, it's no longer acceptable to wait until the very end of the video to be like, by the way, you just watched an advert, LOL, or to hide the fact in the bottom of the description somewhere. Speaking of the description though, I'll be including a bunch of interesting links to this very topic in this description right here, and also links to every brand deal I've ever done, because full disclosure, why not? Let's do this. Alright, I hope that cleared at least a few things up. I apologize I couldn't be more specific about the money itself, but much like ad revenue, the cash behind brand deals is extremely varied. There are no fixed rates or industry standards yet, it's just kind of a gold rush. Check back next time for the final video in this series, which is going to be all about merchandising. It's my merchandise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. TomSka, out.
Hello, my son.
Hazel, there's a man in our living room, and he says he's my dad.
No, he's a preacher.
My dad's a preacher?
There are three main ways to make money through YouTube: advertising revenue, brand sponsorships, and merchandising.